Shalom, everyone. Uh, Welcome to today's Israel update, and it's a very significant update. As number one, we're in between Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and so everything during this time period is significant. But also, there's a peace agreement on the table today. Gila is with me. She's been many programs with me on here on the Israel Update. Roy Shaposhnik is down sick, and so it'll just be the two of us. And Gila, I'd like to welcome you to the program.
Thank you. Hi, it's good to be here. It's great to be on GLC. I miss the people of GLC. I wish I could see you in Israel, but that too will come. Okay, pretty soon, I think. Looking at what's happening, it's not far when people will come back and start traveling to Israel.
Right now, tomorrow evening is Yom Kippur, the start of Yom Kippur. Today, as we're recording this, is the 8th of Tishrei, and people might actually realize that this is the day that King Solomon first began the dedication of the temple, was on the 8th of Tishrei. And but that was a very significant thing. We have the new peace agreement that is on the table before the Palestinians. Tell us the insight from Israel.
Okay. We in Israel, we're very careful about calling it a peace agreement.
Yes.
We just call it an agreement. You know that in the past, the experience with the peace agreements wasn't great.
Yes, I'm glad you corrected me there.
Right. The 93 Oslo agreement, pretty soon we started having victims of peace and enemies of peace and all kinds of things like that. So we just say agreement. Leave peace to messianic days. Okay. Yeah. I mean, both Trump and Netanyahu are great, but you know, we still waiting on Messiah to really instate peace. But it was quite amazing, and Trump and Netanyahu have a way of misleading all the media because they keep leaking misinformation. And they're saying they don't get along. Who knows what it's going to do? Trump is going to go against Netanyahu and against Israel. Well, it seems that there's no daylight between these two, and they plan everything together. Right. And Trump really is out to help Israel, just because he understands that Israel is the only democratic country in the Middle East. It's the only country that shares America's values. And if you want, Israel is America's boots on the ground in the Middle East.
Well,
the minute,
let me make a comment. Israel is a critical ally to the United States, especially as we have all the events that are taking place due to the Russian-Ukraine war, and how that is accelerating. And at the same time, you have China and its aggressive moves and so forth. And with Israel located where Israel is, it is a key ally that people need to understand that it has everything to deal Israel's security with America's security.
Right.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Israel's position, that's always what made Israel so desirable for other countries. And so such a key country because of its location, between Asia and Europe and on the Mediterranean, on the Red Sea. It's a very small country, but it's in a key location.
Right.
Well, the bottom line of the agreement is very interesting. In previous agreements that Israel made with the Palestinians or with the Arab countries, Israel always paid in cash. We always gave up land. And what we got in exchange, were promises, where it was a paper with promises written on them.
Right.
Sometimes they're fulfilled. Egypt had fulfilled until recently, because now Egypt has been starting to move a lot of forces into the Sinai, which is against the agreement.
Right.
And the Palestinians totally violated from the first day, even though we gave away the Gaza Strip, Jericho, parts of Judea and Samaria. This time, the onus is on Hamas. Hamas is to pay in cash. The first move is Hamas is giving back the hostages. President Trump gave them now 4 days
Both the
to
living
respond.
and those that have perished.
Right, right, and the deceased, the killed one, the assassinated ones.
Right.
Yeah, he gave them 4 days to respond, and after they respond, they have 72 hours to return all the living hostages and the assassinated hostages. After that, Israel can take steps. So that's one. And those were the three. Those were the three points those were the targets, the aims of the war, of
Yes.
how to end the war that Netanyahu set right in the beginning of the war. The return of the hostages, disarming Hamas, and that is another point in the agreement that President Trump made. Hamas will have to disarm. And the third, and together with disarming, also not having any governing power in Gaza. They have to completely relinquish any kind of power they have over the people in Gaza. And the third one, Gaza will not pose a threat to Israel ever. And those are exactly the points that President Trump declared are the first steps. And they are the precondition, they're the prerequisite for Israel to make any move. Then we'll negotiate Israel's gradual retreat. Then then he has a long plan for other countries taking over in policing and keeping Gaza and keeping order in Gaza, and the rehabilitating Gaza and restoring everything and working, and hopefully they want to make it a free trade zone, and they want to start developing it. And one of the first things that probably will be developed is the port, God willing, if all of this works. Now, should Hamas not give either not give the hostages, or not disarm, or not relinquish control of the people, Israel's there. I'm reminding you that the army is in Gaza City.
Right.
And it's not moving. It's not moving. It's completely surrounding Gaza City. And there's more and more Gazans leaving and going south and leaving the area of war, of fighting, and going to the safe areas in the south of the Gaza Strip. So this is what we understand is happening. In a sense, for us, is a win-win situation, because if Hamas gives us the hostages, and we can have them. The living one will go to the families. The assassinated ones can be buried properly in Israel, and start disarming. Then wonderful, everything's great. So much our gain. Should they not do it? We're just going back to where we stopped. And we're very close to taking over and to dismantling the whole of the Gaza Strip.
Right. Now, as of just a little while, I've been watching the keeping up with the updates and everything. Hamas is hesitating. They haven't come out and rejected or accepted. Um, you had in a conversation you and I had on the phone a little while ago. You mentioned about Al Jazeera, the Arab. The Arab press, basically the Hamas press, I would say. And
Right.
you made a comment about that, about the options that Hamas has at this point, according to Al Jazeera. You want to tell us about that?
Yes, they're very, very limited. Very limited.
Yeah,
Especially if any people want to survive.
Right.
Now, in addition to that,
yes,
Israel tried to kill the leaders of Hamas in Qatar, in Doha.
Right.
They missed them. Something happened there. I think they walked out of the room. Something happened there. We don't know what.
Okay.
However, the Qataris are petrified because the first time that war actually came to their ground.
Right.
No one ever believed that Israel will dare attack on Qatari soil. And they're absolutely petrified. And not only that, America didn't say anything against it. America didn't stop Israel. So they understand that, and Netanyahu apologized because one of the Qatari guards was killed also by mistake. But they understand that any place that hosts the Hamas leaders is not safe. And the Hamas leaders have no place to go.
Okay, so and this is what Al Jazeera means. They have no, there's hardly any options
Very
available.
few options.
Very
Right.
few
Very
options.
few options. Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah.
see. I mean, they usually, when there's an agreement, Hamas will say, okay, but they always have a but that they bring in, and
Right.
they want certain things. Do you think there's a possibility that any concessions would be given at this point?
Not about the hostages and not about them disarming. They'll be given a safe passage to leave.
Okay.
But that's all.
All right. Now, what's the a number of nations have come out in support of this agreement?
Right.
Okay. And the list of the nations is pretty impressive. Because
all the ones who have been attacking Israel.
Yeah, we have Saudi Arabia, Jordan, United Arab Emirates, Indonesia, Pakistan, Turkey. That was a big one.
Very major, very major.
Yes, Qatar and Egypt. And
right.
So you mentioned about Egypt has been violating the previous agreement about the Sinai Peninsula.
Right.
So, and here's Qatar that, that's really got to be shaking Hamas.
It is. Hamas is pretty alone in this world at this point. Because, Iran is no more, they can't rely on Iran.
Right.
So that, and there's another interesting fact, a very important fact that's looming in the background that President Trump has spoken about for a long time. He wants to bypass the alliance of China and Russia.
Yes.
His plan is to get India on board. I suspect that's why he wants Pakistan also. Definitely India. then the Gulf countries,
Mm-hmm.
Saudi Arabia,
Arabia,
Jordan,
UAE. Uh-huh.
right, Jordan,
Uh-huh.
and have a land trade route that will bypass the Suez Canal and and definitely like bypass and avoid the going through China and going through Russia.
Yes.
And I mean, they have enough energy, God knows. All of these countries have tons of energy,
Right.
and they need ports in the Mediterranean. And that's where he can also involve Egypt,
Yes.
because Egypt has they're suffering from not being able to use the Suez Canal because of the Houthis,
Right.
right? But this will compensate them because they have some very good ports. Alexandria is an excellent port.
So basically, if I can, what you're saying is
Mhm.
this agreement is not only good for Israel,
Mm-mm.
it's good for all the nations around.
Not only that, it's excellent from the United States for the United States.
Yes.
Remember, President Trump doesn't do anything that's not, first of all, good for the US.
Right.
He wants to make America great again.
Right.
And that's one of the things, is to really be able to have allies all over the world, basically.
Yes.
And go against the big alliance that's forming between China and Russia, clearly against the U.S.
Right. Right.
And that's part of it. Israel is a key part of that. And the one nail that's bothering this whole plan is Hamas.
Yes.
So Hamas is too unimportant for the countries. So they're not, I mean, maybe it fits their ideology, but it doesn't fit the reality.
Right. Right. Now, we've been seeing about this flotilla that
Right.
is headed towards Israel, and a number of warships are coming in the flotilla. Israel has stated it will not enter um, into those waters
Mm.
off of Gaza.
Something very interesting concerning that. Uh, Three people. One was Emily Damari, who was a hostage and was released. One is an Israeli movie star. Natalie, I forget, I can't think of her name right now. And the third one is super important. Here's the guy that we call the Green Prince, the son of the founder of Hamas,
Oh, really?
who left Hamas. He's known in America, he's now in Israel, called the Green Prince. There were movies made about him. The guy turned sides. He worked with Israel, but then he left Israel. He actually converted to Christianity.
Okay.
But he is also in that. They're recruiting all the boat owners and yacht owners in Israel
Uh huh.
to go and meet them, to go in and go against them together with the Navy.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good. Kind of
they call it the blue,
World War II,
the blue and white. Yeah,
uh,
sorry,
the flotilla that went to get all the troops from Dunkirk.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
That's very, very powerful. Now, the we had this event on the right before Rosh Hashanah, and in fact, I believe Rosh Hashanah had begun in Israel already when at the United Nations they had all these nations come
yeah,
out and recognize a Palestinian state that doesn't even exist.
right,
Okay,
right.
what was the reaction in Israel uh, to to all of that?
Just kind of this despair, and what do you expect of the UN?
Right.
And the interesting thing is also, I don't know if you watch this, but people were starting to leave the hall of the United Nations, the
Uh-huh.
whole group of people. They were not diplomats. There were people that the Palestinian Authority brought
Right.
to sit there and leave.
Well, they do that. They do these type of things.
I
Uh,
know.
I mean, the various riots and so forth that we've had, the demonstrations we've had on the college campuses here in the States, no matter what it is supposed to be about, you always see where these Palestinian supporters, and they are purposely planted there, as you mentioned.
Right.
It's
Oh
part
yeah.
of their,
Oh yeah.
it's part
It's
of
all
their,
empty show. It's all
yeah,
empty show.
yeah. Well, Gila, uh, what are you expecting to evolve out of this agreement in the next week or so? We're going to know something pretty soon.
4 days.
4 days.
I think that President Trump has had it
Yeah.
up to here with Hamas keeping and saying yes, but,
Uh-huh.
and we'll come back to you in 2 days,
Right.
and we don't know yet. We'll answer you. That's it. He said 4 days,
Right.
and he
And,
means it.
and he said that if they do not take this agreement, then he fully supports the full military action of
Okay.
Israel against to totally destroy and end Hamas.
Yeah. He said then it's up to the Israelis, and
Mhm.
they know what to do.
Right, right. But he gave his full support.
Right.
Right. So it's going to be an interesting 4 days.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
now, how many hostages are still alive? About 20?
As far as we know, it's 20. You know that for 2 years, there has been no contact with them,
Right.
nor has Hamas allowed the Red Cross to visit them. Nothing, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Now,
notice that in Nazi Germany, there were people in every country that helped Jewish families,
right.
that hid them, helped them escape, whatever, under death penalty.
Yes.
Not one person here
In Gaza.
helped the hostages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just shows you the nature of the people.
Yes. Yeah. Uh, Judea, Samaria,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and the Palestinian Authority. What role are they? Do they have any role to play in this agreement?
In Gaza.
In Gaza.
They will be brought on board
Uh-huh.
after a serious reform, meaning ending slave to, pay for slave, which
Uh-huh.
they do. They pay the terrorists
Yeah.
according to how many Jewish people they killed.
Right.
They have to end that. They have to completely reform their books, the
Right.
school books,
Right.
take out any kind of incitement and any kind of anti-Semitism and any kind of smearing Israel and smearing Jewish people.
Now, who's going to review all these materials? I mean, we've seen for years the indoctrination that is from
Mm-hmm,
from before kindergarten. Uh,
mm-hmm.
the Palestinian children are taught basically the Jew is the enemy, and you have to grow up to kill it, and that
Yeah,
has to change.
right.
Uh, who's going to monitor that?
It's very easy to monitor.
Okay,
We have our people there,
right,
and there's a lot of people in Israel who can read Arabic. And
Right.
all the incitement, all the anti-Israel incitement has to stop.
Right.
But because that's how they brought up. I mean, all the schools are named after terrorists.
Well,
All the streets and all the plazas, everything is named after somebody who killed Jews.
when you leave from Jerusalem and say you're going to go to Hebron,
Mm-hmm.
it's a startling drive because
Right.
if you come by the Arab communities, there is a sign. There's like a roadblock and a sign that says any Jew that comes inside the city, you're going to die.
Well, that's actually a lot of these signs are put by Israel
Okay,
because they are
it's a
meant,
reality. Yeah.
yeah, they're meant to secure you. They're meant to look out for your security. Because if you by mistake, people who have wandered into these places, they've been lynched.
Right.
So it's a warning actually of the Israeli authorities.
Okay. We are quickly running out of time. Uh,
Right.
but I want to thank all of you that have so generously supported Israel and through the David Fund and through other organizations.
The David Fund, the army is still there.
Yes.
And all of this has been possible thanks to our military, thanks to the brave soldiers. They fought, and they are the ones who forced the Hamas into this situation.
Right. And your all of your
Part of it.
donations, we get them to Israel. And so please, if you can, continue to support, continue to pray, and let's.
You're part of this victory. You're
Yes.
part of this victory.
Yes. All right. Thank you, everyone. And let's pray.
Shana Tova, Shana Tova. Have a good
Next
year.
4 days, okay, that we have where we have the fighting stops and the hostages come home. Shalom, everyone.
Amen. Bye. We love you.